Hi, Gogi. Hello. How are you? Hi, Naya. Hi. Hello. Okay. So, we have basically two options. Wow! Dude, my headphones make everything so quiet compared to when they're in. I don't know, I feel like I'm so much louder now that I've taken my headphones out. Anyways, so we have two options for gaming tonight. I'm gonna let you guys decide. My car is so cool. You look pretty. Thank you. Hi, Pen. So I'm gonna let you guys decide what game we play tonight, okay? We have Ace Attorney, which we need to finish the newest, or the case that we're on. Or there's like this horror game that was free. It's like a free demo. It's called, I forgot what it's called. It's called, I think it's a horror game. I don't know. Let me see. Let me double check. It's called No, I'm Not a Human. Like, I don't really know much about it. It's just like you're in like a house and apparently you need to decide who's a human and who's not a human, I think. I don't know. I also don't know how long the game is, so maybe we'd have time for both, but No, I'm Not a Human, or No, I'm Not. N-O space, the second one. So those are our options for today. I want to do a quick Wordle. Oh, I know this game is fun. Would love to see you play it. I think I might do that tonight and then continue Ace Attorney tomorrow, because I just don't think I'm going to stream for as long tonight. And I think that game's a little bit shorter. It's egg for sure. What about chick? It's the only word I could think of that was close to egg. Wait, there's no I. It's definitely not penis. Okay, well, we have two. If Gogi wants me to play the horror game, we have 2 votes for the horror game. What about goose? Wow. What about, plant is my starting word. Do plant. Gogi does. Must contain a G. Oh, that's right. I'm playing on hard mode. Never mind. Okay. Blorg. Rogue. Are you serious? Wait, I put the O and the E in the same spot. What's wrong with me? Hi, Redhead. Oiled? It's not oiled. There's no I. Stop saying words that have I. Come on now. Come on now. What about, Ooglid? That's not a word. You're just lying. You're just lying. That is not a word. It's a word? Are you serious? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's a word? Okay. What about, Oogles. Oogles and oogles. What about, wait, it starts with an O? Where's the G? Probably right here. Ogle is ogled. Ogled. Okay, I guess I don't know, my vocabulary is just a little bit beyond that, you know, I just would never use words like ogle. Okay, I'm kidding. Omega? Oh. Omega. Be the alpha to my omega. You know what I mean? Hi, Rain! Thank you for the 10 bits. It's Omega? Wait, are you serious? Dude, how did I not guess that? I never would have gotten that. I never would have thought Omega. That's so funny. Dude, GG's. Thank you for the 10 bits, Rain. Hello. Dude, right on. We did it, we did it. Okay. Chat voted for the horror game. The alpha guessed Omega? Dude, true. It takes an alpha to know an omega. Or, I don't know. We should play the horror game. Although I do kind of miss Ace Attorney. I'm trying to decide if I want to finish the current Ace Attorney case and then do the horror game, or do the horror game and then finish the Ace Attorney case. Because in Ace Attorney we have, I think we have one trial day left. So we are almost done. I'm in HD, but am I in 4K? I don't even think I'm streaming in 4K. That's impossible. Guys, I have a question. How old is your phone? Like, what kind of phone do you have? Like, I have like an iPhone 12. And then I was at the beach or at the lake yesterday, and these women were talking next to me. There was like 6 of them. I don't know how they have like 6 friends, but they were all talking about their phones, and they're like, oh yeah, mine's kind of older. It's only the iPhone 15. And I was like, oh no. Oh no. So that kind of made me feel like my phone was a little bit old. It still works though, you know, kind of. Sometimes it doesn't load stuff though. Sometimes it just doesn't work. It's okay. I love it just the way it is. I love it just... Dude, I can't decide what I want to do. Ooh. Or should I flip a coin? You usually go 3 to 4 generations between upgrades. That makes so much sense. That makes so much sense. Like... Plus... I don't know. The problem with me in upgrading my phone is I am trying to spend as minimal time on my phone as possible. So the idea of getting a new phone that wants me to use it even more kind of feels a little bit backwards in what I'm trying to accomplish. It was iPhone 7, 10, then 15. I had iPhone 4, iPhone... what was... Probably 10? I think I had iPhone 4, iPhone... I don't know, 10 I guess, and then iPhone 12. Wait, a few gens Apple is lacking. Yeah, dude, their generations are so weird. It's hard for me to remember which one I had in between 4 and now. Because I've only had 3 iPhones total that I can remember. I liked how the 10 was rounded edges. Wait, maybe I need to look up the generations. iPhone generations. Maybe I need to remember 16 generations. Okay. My dad had the iPhone 3GS, and then I used it for playing games on it when he got a new one, which was pretty rad. Oh no, actually he had the iPhone 1 that I played games on, I'm lying. The original iPhone. So then I had an iPhone 4S. Okay, now that I remember, it was the iPhone 4S. That was my very first iPhone. Because the phone I had before that was like a little flip phone that I just made calls on. Oh, and then I had an iPhone 6. And then I had an iPhone 10, I think. Oh, I had more than I remember. Then I had an iPhone 12. So this is the longest I've gone without upgrading. But I think it's because back when I was younger and in school, like, I just upgraded as soon as my payment, like, it's like a 2-year, like, payment. So, like, once I paid off my phone, I'd go in and upgrade it. But I don't do that anymore. I stopped doing that because back then, I was in high school. All my money I just spent on myself, so I could afford, like, I didn't mind, spending a little extra here and there to, like, buy a new phone. But nowadays, I'm like, I don't want to do that. That was stupid. Dude, there are girls that would get, or I shouldn't say girls. Everyone, there are people that would just get new phones every single year. It's crazy. Good morning. I failed the sleep quick time. Ooh. Dude, you gotta lock in. You're gonna be going to work soon. They literally aren't changing anything significant. I saw that the new one was like all like an AI thing. And it didn't seem that nice. I didn't like it. So I might get, when I get a new one, I'll probably get like an older one just because it's cheaper. And it's not that much different, I don't feel like. Daddy's money. No, these were just people that made more than me. Like, these weren't rich people. Don't get me wrong. Clanker phones. You could do the folding phones. That'd be kind of awesome. I'm kind of into that, but iPhone doesn't have a folding phone, and I am I don't want to say surgically attached. That's not the right word. I am in Apple purgatory. I am in their endless cycle of needing to buy their products because of Apple Music. And Apple Music, there's either you buy it or you don't. There's no free trial like Spotify. But if you stop paying for it, everything you've saved, everything you've downloaded, all your playlists, gone. Even if you stop buying it for 1 month. So I need to keep buying iPhones. I mean, I can use it like on my computer and stuff. Like, I don't need an iPhone, I don't think, but it's easier. And also, I just prefer Apple Music over Spotify. If I'm going to pay for music, Like, I hate Spotify's UI. I hate their app. I think it's absolutely garbage. I don't regret buying Apple Music. That said, I can never leave. I can't leave. I can't go away. Like, I'm stuck with Apple Music now because I have so much music and I would never want to have to get all of that again. So, yeah, I've also bought music that I don't want to lose. That's the same with me. Apple Music is on Android. Yeah, but I would prefer have it on iPhone. Because if I'm going to have one Apple thing, I might as well have all Apple, Like, I know that's very, very stupid, but in my little pea-sized brain, it just makes everything 10 times easier. Like, when everything is connected like that, it's just so much easier to me. Like, I understand Apple Music. Like, I have Apple Music on my computer right now, and this isn't an Apple computer, but I still have it on here. I just don't. Also, no offense, but Androids are ugly. Sorry, that was, it's just not my style. I just prefer the look of iPhones. Also, I prefer I know it's not that much different anymore, but I always hated how Androids looked like their UI, like their interface. I preferred Apple's, and so I see no reason to leave. I've always used Apple. What's the point of switching over now? Like, it's the same damn thing. And it's not like I'm going to be paying a crazy amount because the payment's going to be like $2 a month. So, it's not a phone. It's a phone, not a video game. I'm not out here to challenge my phone skills exactly. Anyways, that's how I feel about phones. And I do wish Apple made a folding phone, because I actually do fuck hard with the folding phones. I think they look so cool. I think they're so cute, and I think that would be so fun to have. Plus, again, I think it would feel more like just something I use for calling and texting and everything else. My gaming, my one gaming app I have. This like block game that I'm like addicted to. And Google searching. Your UI looks like ours now. I don't know much about Android phones, but I know that ever since... So Apple's added widgets a long time ago, which basically made them kind of look the same. But I like that it's customizable. I'm sure it's customizable on Androids now. I'm not trying to say it's not. But like I said, I'm pretty sure they're pretty comparable now in terms of what you can make them look like. I still prefer Apple. Plus, I like Apple emojis. What do Android emojis look like? I bet they're ugly. I bet they're hideous. You're telling me I have to now use a different emoji set when I'm so used to the one I have? Are you kidding me? What if they don't look exactly the same? I'm not a creature of change. I'm not a butterfly. I like things to stay exactly the same. I'm not trying to like spend a day figuring out a brand new phone. I just want to put all my crap on my phone onto a new one and move on to my life. I used to test games across multiple smartphones. Android was a pain in the rear. Ooh, there you have it, fellas. From the source itself. That was a long time ago, though. Yeah, I honestly think they're pretty comparable now. They're pretty similar. Motorola and Xiaomi are big design too. Android is open source, so basically full of viruses and malware. Yeah, I've heard that too. I've heard Apple is more like secure. But I don't know. I don't know anymore. See, I could just be saying nonsense. I should just say stuff with full confidence, though. I love spreading misinformation. Like, I love lying. I should just say, Android will give you HPV. Just kidding, it won't. Don't sue me, Android. Please, 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 please. I'm just kidding. It won't give you HPV. I love Androids. I think they're fantastic. You know what? Actually, Androids should sponsor me if we're really going to dig deep into this. Looking clean and black today. Thank you. Yeah, all my clothes were in the laundry, and I found this dress that I've had for almost 2 years, and it still had the tag on it, because I've never worn it. And I actually really like it. I don't know why I've never worn it. And then I had the worst, like, day ever, so. But don't worry, we're gonna do some gaming to make up for it. Let us do... I haven't decided what I want to play. I haven't decided. Do I flip a coin? Ace Attorney or horror game? Ace Attorney, horror game. You should do a video buying $20, $40, and $50 Android phones. What? Congrats on finding a new dress that's an old dress. True. Although it doesn't help me because I actually do need a new dress. I need a maid of honor dress, and I went to the store today and forgot how much things cost and turned right back around. Dude, I don't know where the hell I'm gonna find a dress. And I wish I had a dress already in the color that my sister wants, but I don't have a color. And I'm the maid of honor. I have to look like nice, right? Like I can't just wear some crappy dress. My thought process is go to the thrift store, buy a dress that maybe is almost perfect, and try and make it perfect. You'll make all the other maids wear purple? No, she picked out the color scheme. She wants me to wear dark blue or dark pink. Or like bright pink, I don't know. Blue or pink, basically. And I don't have any shades of pink and dresses that match, and I don't have any blue dresses that match either. They're all light pink and dark, or light pink and light blue. So, you are pink? No, I'm not. I just have a little bit of blush. Maybe it's just my skin. I don't know. Sew it. Do you know how... Okay, first of all. Okay, Gogi, you opened up a can of worms here. It is now impossible to find fabric near me because Joanne shut down. I am on the hunt for fabric just to sew a dress for my sister, the one that's getting married. Let alone, I don't even have time to sew a dress for myself because I have to sew a dress for her. 2, I don't feel confident in my sewing skills, so I'm like very stressed out about it. And I don't even have the fabric. And I need to have it done by the end of September. And then B, I don't know. I don't know where else I was going with that. I don't know why I said B. You have siblings? I have 3 sisters. Have you considered the illegal black market fabric suppliers? No, I have not. Dude, get me in touch with them. I'm going to check another place tomorrow, but if all hope is lost, I'm gonna have to buy it online, and I'm so scared of buying a fabric online. Because I don't know what kind of return policy they have. I assume they make me pay to ship it back. I don't know if they probably just give you store credit. I don't know. I'm just like, I'm afraid of buying it online. I'm gonna flip a coin. Coin flip. Is heads or tails the horror game? Heads or tails, one is horror game, one is Ace Attorney. You don't have textile shops in your city? Okay. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I've had a very frustrating day, and you know, we're just gonna stop talking about it. We're gonna move on to gaming. How about that? All right. Tails is horror, heads is Ace Attorney. The coin flip won't decide what we play. How I feel is how we're gonna play. All right. We're gonna finish Ace Attorney, and then if it's not too late, we'll play the horror game. If not, we'll play the horror game tomorrow. Well, we're not finishing Ace Attorney. We're gonna finish this Ace Attorney case, this chapter. Because we're almost done with the case that we're on. Horror, Ori's Tales. Perhaps a refreshing tea is in order. I don't want to drink any more caffeine. I had a Red Bull today. And I don't really have any other tea flavors that don't have caffeine in them that I like. So we just have water today. Faceless, I really wish they could read that. Maybe booze to balance you out. That's a slippery slope. That is a slippery, slippery slope. Drinking booze to ease my troubles. It starts with one and it just keeps going. That is why I only drink when I'm in a fantastic, happy mood. Which is never, so I never drink. Just kidding. Sorry, guys, sorry. I had a very frustrating day. Tell Faceless I love him. You should read the message, Gogi. You might feel differently. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He didn't say anything mean about you, okay? He was just explaining why I was upset. Never mind, it doesn't matter. Let's play the game. I should just stop. I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. The victim was murdered in 2 different places. And a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes. Lana! How did you get out of prison? Good morning. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed. The police are clueless. Clip that. Just kidding. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain. We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't see capital punishment. Much to my regret, I'm as in the dark about this as they are. We found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belong to Officer Jake Marshall. Kind of evidence. Bloodstained fingerprints. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you? In order to defend my sister, are you going to accuse Mr. Marshall? have to play the cards we're dealt. Wait, I don't want to accuse Mr. Marshall. He's so nice. Prosecution is... It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. If the victim was slain at both places at the same time. Here the victim evidence rooms just appeared. Today I will present evidence related to the murder at the police department. In doing so, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. He sounds so on top of things. Even though he doesn't know what's going on himself. Dude, me too. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? You may call your first witness to the stand. For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. You mean the so-called murderer? Go. Oh boy.
Love for faceless over. Broken heart emoji.
Yeah. I think there's a bit of a... Oh, it turned into an emote. Terrifying. Dude, Gogi, he doesn't... He heartbroken. Unlucky. Unlucky. He's just not into you. I am Officer Mike Meekins. My occupation is... That would be murder? No, that's not your job. Meekins? So you're telling us you're a professional killer? It was me? I'm the one who did it? I'll never kill anyone again? What? I'm what you would call part of the younger generation? Dude, stop. A person whose actions adults can't completely comprehend? Officer Meekins.
I weep.
Thank you for the bits, Gogi. Give us your report of the crime. Consider that an order. What's wrong with his hand? Does he just look like that? Maybe I shouldn't be so quick to judgment. After all, I am part of a generation that must be told what to do. Oh, what is he talking about? Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life. Then I did it. Is he crying? What the hell kind of cry is this? What kind of tear is that? After I passed out, another officer smacked me awake. Didn't you last uncover that he cut his hand? Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh no, because the guy stabbed him. In the hand, I think. The victim. The guy who's dead. I've heard his name. Detective Goodman stabbed him. Detective Goodman attacked you. Do unto others before they do unto you. That's the Meekins family motto. That's... Huh. Then you fainted and a colleague helped you regain consciousness. He knocked me upside the head, sir. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. What I need here is more info to work with. Why is he confessing? What is wrong with these people? Stop confessing to the crime you didn't do. Detective Milady? Although it is not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. Wait, I forgot to press him. Go back. Press. Hold it! Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? I'm in charge of hiring new recruits. You? Now there's a scary thought. Evidence transferal was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed. I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger. What? Oh, outside? Like outside the building? The lovely police mascot created by the chief of detectives. I was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transferal process. It's so cool. You can just tell the blood, sweat, and tears that went into this. That was my sole mission for the day. I'm so happy they didn't put you in charge of anything else. Fills me with delight. You see how hard Santa hits his little hammer? Dude, honestly, I think if we removed his, like, judge coat, he's fucking ripped. Like, just unbelievably, like, muscular. Like, he just picks up the whole courtroom, kind of judge. Like, they don't need a bailiff because the judge is the judge, jury, and executioner. That's a badger? Duh. After the award ceremony was finished that day, there were many people running around. I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. Oh, so that's why you went in there. Tell us, what did you see when you got there? I think if we stripped him naked, not by his choice. Get naked, judge, right now! They don't need a bailiff when the judge lifts the bay. Oh shit, posture check. You guys are so mean. Sometimes I just want to be a gremlin, you know? Judge Dredd was a good, fun movie. Yeah, by the way, I'm just gonna say it. I posted in the Discord over 2 hours ago what kind of movies I should watch, or what movies I should watch to catch up on, like, pop culture. No one has told me a single movie. It's like you guys don't even care. It's like you guys don't even care. It's like you guys don't even want me to watch movies. I hate that screenshot you took of me in my bedroom, Gogi. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. Who was it? You need an ID card to enter, precisely. So then, your ID number should be on the list here. Oh yeah, we have a whole, we're filling it in. There it is, I found it. This is the one right here. 498-95696. It's shown as being used twice? Your Discord is like a dark alleyway. I feel uncomfortable posting there. It's dangerous. Might get stabbed. Actually, I agree. I saw. Couldn't think of any. You guys couldn't think of a single movie? Are you kidding me? Guess I'll have to do it. Guess I'll have to do it myself. Dude, my Discord is scary. People are like just crazy. You just have to tell them to shove it. JK. It's only scary when me and Storm start fighting. You know what I mean? It kind of scares them away a little bit. Gulp. Gulp. Whatever. Explain. It's no real mystery. The first time is when I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. And the second time is when I went to go get him after everything settled down. So it was during the second time when he spotted the man. Interesting. I'm not sure why the Discord is scary. I share what I think may be interesting to people. Then go back under my rock? We know what you mean. Yeah, actually, I don't think my Discord is scary. I take it back. I think the real threat is the human consciousness. How we are perceived and how we perceive others. Society. What is mankind if not judgmental? Maybe there are movie lists out there. True. The problem is, all I want to do is rewatch movies I've already seen. Like, that's all I ever want to do, always. Like, I don't even want to watch new movies. I just want to watch what I like. I just need to look up what popular movies came out in the last few years, and then I'll watch them. And I'll get back to you guys. Wait, I didn't... What were you trying to do? It was a knife? Goodman pulled a knife on you? Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was. You aren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash on my hand. When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar. I fought for my life, and then I did it. I generally never rewatch movies, only recently started doing it. Dude, I love watching the same, like, 10 comedies from the 80s to, like, the early 2000s. There's just, like, a set of 10 movies that I just watch to death all the time. It's probably more like 15, but I just love them. I know I don't look the type, but I'm really into kung fu films. Ooh, maybe I should watch a kung fu film. The man let his guard down for an instant, so I snatched his knife from him. You took his knife? I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. No, you didn't. Why are you lying? I made sure to close my eyes like a man. Uh-huh. Next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of blood, and then the next thing I knew, he punched me right in the face. After I passed out, no offense, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious. He woke up around 5:30. I woke up crying tears of pain. When I came around, I made sure to finish my mission. The Blue Badger. I returned him to the entrance before things got out of hand. I've had that movie on my watch list, I think, for years. Let me see. I don't really want to look right now, but I think I have watched Legally Blonde. Ooh, I should watch Legally Blonde. That's a good one. I'm adding that one too to my temporary list. I've seen some clips from it. I think it would make me an even better lawyer. I believe we have now a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim? He's got a point. With regard to that, take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. Chief Gant delivered it to me just this morning. A videotape? Contains footage from the security camera. But I specifically asked if there was such a tape, and was told it had been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake. I just do what I'm told. But that's not a mistake on Edgeworth. Well, then let's have a look. Show us a video of you murdering the victim. Wait, we're all just gonna watch a guy get murdered? Right on. Wow, this security camera sucks. Oh my god, it's like Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh. Oh my god, it's him. Why is he moving in slow motion? Oh shit, something just fell down. Out of his locker. Wait, this is so intense. Meekins! 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 Oh my god. Don't do it, Meekins. Oh, he just cut him. Oh shit. Wait, you literally cannot see the murder happen. This is so... Okay, Meekins is down for the count. Where's Goodman? Edward, it's okay, it's gonna be okay, man. Can we watch it again? That was so funny. Please, can we watch it again? Please? I want to watch it again. Oh my god. Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us? What the hell is that wriggling piece of plywood? It's the blue badger. This is so funny. This is so funny. This tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter someone in the evidence room and sort of, activity. Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness's testimony will suffice. Is that alright with you, Officer Meekins? Yes, sir, as you wish, sir. Wait, I don't believe it. His face can't be clearly seen in the video. But there's no question that the person was Goodman. I mean, he opened the locker that requires Goodman's fingerprint. The locker he opened was unquestionably Goodman's locker. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. What's this about fingerprint? Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint active light. The victim at the crime scene would have been Detective Goodman. I want to watch the video again. Can we watch the video again? It's so long, but I want to watch it again. It's so funny. Were you able to get a good look at him? I didn't get a clear look at his face. I'm not the kind of guy that looks directly at people when talking to them. I'm sure it was him. I bet my badge on it. I don't think they gave you a real badge. I don't think they gave you a real one. You're like carrying a piece of cardboard strapped to your chest there, buddy. There's no question that the other person was Goodman. Oh wait, go back. But you don't know for sure. You never actually saw Goodman's face. I suppose you might say that. Meekins! Was that a chicken noise? Having been shown a questionable video at best, we are not in the best of moods. Now please be more certain when you testify. You claim the man that brandished a knife on you was Goodman. Tell us why you are positive it is him. I mean, he opened the locker, which requires Goodman's fingerprint. Just found out someone died in a pileup I was next to. A pileup? Dude, I hate driving so much. It's so scary, especially in fucking Utah. People are bozos. About these lockers, is there no way to open them? The best thing about living in Utah is you've got like a 6-lane freeway. You're in the exit lane, you're going to exit, and person in lane number 6 decides they also want to exit. And they just can't wait for the next one. So they're just gonna go ahead and drive across all 5 lanes in front of you to exit. Every single time. They do not give a fuck. And you just have to pray to God that you and everyone else behind you has fantastic working brakes. And that's basically what happened. A 4-car crash. Dude. I will never not be a defensive driver. I will stay in my lane and I will drive safely. I will get there slower if it means not being in a 4-car pileup. Even though it's not even all those cars' fault. There's always just one idiot. Is there no other way to open them? I've tried all kinds of methods in the past. Why? You only registered to fingerprints? But what if he used a glove? I've seen people who miss their exit and stop. Dude, it's like baffling. I've heard rumors from people I know. People in the know. The workers in the department cafeteria, they keep me informed. They also listen to my romantic trebles. Can we just sidebar and listen to these romantic trebles? I'm curious. I've got to know. For the record, the opened locker did indeed belong to Goodman. I verified this information through a more reliable source. So the victim opened the locker with his own fingerprint. What if he used a glove that already had Goodman's fingerprints on it? Bye, Heath. Have a great night. Have a great stream. Sorry, day was bad. Sometimes there's a forced change in perspective, and then you find something good that was there all along that you couldn't see. Very true. Very true. Why did I didn't click anything! I did not click anything! I'm offensive driving. I will let people murk themselves. What is happening? Why is it still going? Go back. Offensive driving is when problems occur, though. Is kind of the problem, though. It's kind of like in my... It's like the whole, I need to have the biggest car on the road so I'm safe, even if it kills everyone else. It's like people having to buy a bigger and bigger car because they think I need the biggest car, instead of everyone just having a reasonable sized car. That's where the issue, I feel like, kind of is in. Like, no one wants to go out on the street surrounded by huge SUVs in their tiny little dinky car, when, even though it makes more sense for everyone to drive the tiny little dinky car instead of the giant SUVs, you know? But they're getting popular. Our roads are pretty big. But even considering how big American roads are, these cars are getting too big for them, which is insane. SUVs don't need to be bigger than crossovers, yeah. So anyways, my recommendation, always drive defensively. My dad told me since I was a wee lad. And I think it just keeps everyone and yourself safe. Driving offensively is when you can get hurt or when you can get your passengers hurt or someone else hurt. Also, don't drink and drive. So every so often some idiot in an SUV comes down our single car sized roads and then no one can pass each other. Yeah. Berries and cream. Don't call me little lad. Dude, I literally don't look like that anymore. I literally don't even look like that. Like, literally. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's. Wait, did we know this? Okay, we do know this. So it must have been no one else could have unlocked it. However, the most important detail is not shown in this video, the man's face. If I may say something. I don't understand why the face is so important in this case. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. And his hand that tried to thrust the knife into my body. My unsettled state can testify to enough to this. That is, unless the defense can find a problem with it. Dude, he wants me to find a problem with it. He's teasing me. Dude, we're so cute together. There's a problem. Where did he go? There's one thing in particular that seems rather strange. This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not have been Detective Goodman. Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal. You can't just say objection and then say a completely normal sentence. Objection would mean that you are objecting to what I said. You're not objecting to what I said at all. You just... Ah! Okay, anyway, sorry. I'm going insane. I propose we have the defense point out to us this alleged contradiction. It's not the talking stick. You can't just say, you can't just use objection as the talking stick. It is a legal term. It has meaning in a courtroom. Objection. I need some more water. Can we get some more water over here? What's your favorite? Almost knocked my water over. Nose flavor? What? Are you okay? What do you mean? What does that even mean? Don't say dumb shit in my chat. Get him banned. Get him out of here, chat. Mods. Kill him with hammers. Scent? My favorite scent? Probably flower, florally. Like, no, actually, my favorite scent is forest. Rainy, forest, rocks, waterfall, like, earthy. That's my favorite word. You've heard the word scent, so you said nose flavor? Are you serious? Chat, you might be the reason I'm getting dumber. No, I'm kidding. Sorry. Anyways, let's inspect the evidence. Play the security tape. Please show us the contradiction. I set it up for you so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Yippee! Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video. When... Ah! Is it on, like... I haven't used the word scent in a long time. Wait, you mean rock scent? You know, like, rocks. Like, it has, like, a smell? Sometimes I drink, like, water and it tastes like rocks, you know? Wait, rewind! Rewind, rewind, rewind! Pause! His hand doesn't look real. Why does he only have 3 fingers? Where's the rest of his hand? Dude, this was literally AI generated. What the hell? Game from like 1991. AI generated. Okay, I don't know when this game came out. Alright, keep going. Oh my god, why does he look so scary? Oh my god. He's got a knife! Oh, Meekin's down, Meekin's down. Get his ass, Meekins. Oh. Still only has 3 fingers, okay. Dude, he just shoved that right into his body. Is the lines moving down? Shut the hell up. Rocks are cool, I live under one. Okay, I actually think I noticed this the first time I watched it. Yeah, I did, okay. The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this! That is strange. Something certainly seems unnatural about that. What could it mean? Sorry to interrupt, but you seem to have forgotten the point of this exercise. The point? What you are looking for is one thing and one thing only. Something that indicates that it may not have been Detective Goodman. I'll place him under arrest. What? Wait, hello? That's not his locker. Someone else came in and did something. How is that not evidence? Every time you point your finger, someone gets hurt. Edgeworth, I swear to God, one more word from you and your smug little face, and you're gonna be swimming with the fishes. Yeah. I know the mob. I'm the defense attorney. Seriously though, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you outside. I'm gonna take that blue badger and just whack you over the head with it. Okay, so that's not the problem. He's just all pointing his finger, his fat fucking finger at my face! Okay. Get him, Meekins! Ooh, Meekins down. I don't see anything unusual. Me neither. You know what? Case closed. It was Meekins. Absolutely. Oh my god, wait, the glove floats? Hello? Is it the glove falling out? I don't remember having paid enough attention to help. Would the blood on his coat be suspicious? No, because as you can see, Meekins comes in. Meekins gets stabbed in the hand, grabs him, gets the blood all over his coat. And then... Meekins down, and mysterious. There's a rag suddenly peeking out here, but no one cares about that. Apparently they don't give a fuck about that. So it's gotta be something in the fight, maybe? Dude, the fingerprint on Badger is... What do you mean? Fingerprint on Badger? Do you mean this blue Badger? That's just... Dude, they just did a shitty paint job. I don't know, he just fucking looks like that. Oh yeah, this is just because they did a bad paint job. It's been on there the whole time. Like, if you look at this, it's just from the blue paint. Like, you can see it's like all smudgy. It's just like all fucked up. Dude, I don't know. What am I looking for? Should I just guess? Should I just guess the glove? No. That was not it. What would prove that it might not be Detective? It's not Goodman in the video. What would prove that it's not Goodman? Walker is closed. Wait, he looks really trim here. He looks really nice, like healthy. Wait, oh my god, he only has 4 fingers. How many fingers does Goodman have? Like 100 probably? So that's already pretty suspicious. We can't really examine anything. We have to just guess what the problem is. It's not the glove. Dude, what the hell is wrong with his hand, though? The thing that's strange about the video would have to be, this. Hold on a second. I need to use my eye drops. Well, I don't get it. Would you mind if I borrowed your eye medicine? Before your eyes get too teary, perhaps you should think this through again? It will turn yellow on clues. It was only turning yellow when I clicked it a bunch of times. Maybe it just takes a minute to load? Here, we can test it here. If it goes yellow on his hand... Wait. Or on the glove. No. Maybe those just aren't clues, though. Get in here, Meekins. Why is he limping? Is he stupid? Ew. Gogi threw up. He threw up. Disgusting. How do I turn the music off? How? I can't go to settings in the screen. I can't go to settings in the screen. I'm just taking my headphones out. I can't hear it one more time. I'm turning it off for stream. That is so annoying. I can't keep listening. I can't. I'm going insane. Dude, look at him like balled up for... Why did he go in for the second stab? Oh no, he's punching him in the face. That's right. Is it just the flag? He's looking right at him. I don't know. Also, why isn't he wearing any socks? Where are his socks? Put some socks on. This is disgusting. They gave you a standard issue megaphone and no socks. That is a travesty. Dude, what? You know, I've changed my mind. There's nothing wrong with the footage. You were right. Take that. I don't think it was that. Can we come back to it, do you think? Once we have more information? Dude, I'm too stupid to think about this right now. I'm too stupid for this right now. Yes, I was right. Would you say you're Phoenix, right? The locker is already unlocked. I don't think so, because he has to pull it open. Apparently, I think the fingerprint system works is like it's on the handle, so when they grab the handle and open it, it scans their fingerprint. So, okay. Is it? It looks closed. Oh, he seems... Wait, he seems more confident now. He seems more confident. Officer Meekins. As I understand, the locker apparatus works like this. You grab the handle, the sensor reads your fingerprints if it's a match. And the light turns on and the lock is released. So then is something seriously wrong with this picture? Oh yeah, it is the only one with the light on. I didn't even notice that. I think I was so distracted by these overhead lights. I didn't realize that's how it worked. I didn't even notice the light. I forgot about that. I wasn't even thinking. The victim reaches for the handle to open the locker. Can I fast forward through this? It's already lit! Precisely. The locker was opened before the victim grabbed the handle. Ah! He's killing himself. He just strangled himself. Tightens his straitjacket. What is the meaning of this? It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime. The locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When the door is shut, the sensor is triggered. And the locker is automatically locked. It must have been broken down. That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect it and report any malfunction. Dude, what the hell kind of technology do they have? What the? It just goes to show novices should keep their mouths shut. No, you're doing great. So then, Mr. I, do you have an explanation? Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. What do you think, scientific investigator? Maybe, what is she taking notes on? What is she writing down? Yeah, he failed that, video test like 6 times in a row. He might be a fucking idiot. He did not notice the light sensor that was on. Maybe something like jam the system sensor? There's something else that seems out of place in this video. There's gotta be another clue somewhere in this footage. Very well, let's inspect the video once more. Why? I didn't even see it! I didn't click past it, bro. Locker is on and open. Man walks by. Man opens locker. Glove falls out. Meekins enters. Meekins gets his shit rocked. Okay, Meekins is down. And this. Such sloppiness. Was it not that? But we need to address the thing. They literally didn't get footage of him not walking out. Someone walked in. Why aren't they listening to me? Hear me! Hear me! Video game! I've already cracked the code. I already know. Just tell me. Just let me go forward. I don't want to do this step by step. Oh my god. Okay, we need to find out why it was open. Okay, where's the mechanical malfunction? What caused the locker to be open? Was it this fucking thing? Meekins is down. I may be stupid. I'm saying they don't care though. No one cares that he didn't leave the room, nor do they want to address the towel. They don't care. They don't care. They're not listening to me. They're not listening to me. They're not. Also, I think Officer Jimbo was lying. What's his name? Cowboy, rootin' tootin', Texas. I think he is responsible. Oh, you're right. Maybe the glove was blocking it. I forgot about the glove. Wait, we gotta rewind. To the glove, to the glove. I guess the glove falling out, but the glove could fall out even if he didn't have it. You know what, let's just do the glove anyways. I have nothing else to go on. The glove. Please watch closely. I'm gonna strangle every single one of you in this courtroom. Starting with you, Edgeworth. Only because I think you're into that. And I just want you to know how much I care about you. And I really value our time together here in these proceedings. Do 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 do. What's this? Something white fell out of the locker. Cocaine! But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when doors are opened. Oh yeah, that's what happened to your brains now, didn't it? Your mom put you in a closet, you fell out? I'm not hitting forward! I didn't hit anything! Why are you continuing without my consent? We can't be sure that the item was completely inside the locker to begin with? What do you mean? The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something inside was inserted between the sensor and the door? Like a very thin glove. Oh my god. People that wear trench coats are very cool. If you wear a long coat, you're already cooler than everyone else and you're just aura farming, and I respect you. I only wear long coats now because of it. This white thing wasn't inside the locker, it was stuck between the door and the sensor. Just like my tie. Yeah, how did you get dressed this morning, by the way? You did a fantastic job. 2 out of 3 times when I get stuck in the door, when I get inside my patrol vehicle, they let you drive? They gave you a license? But the object, okay, they keep cutting beacons off. The object would have to be extremely thin to fit through the door. You'd have to also block electrical currents. Well, yeah, it's a rubber glove. Dingus and bingus. I already figured it out. A thin rubber glove. We can't be sure that was in the victim's locker. Open your eyes! They're already wide open. Look with your eyes at the video that the glove fell out of the locker. We all saw it. It has the tag that says SL9 incident. The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. This lit lamp attests to that. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Is this not so, Officer Meekins? Jesus Christ. Good thing he didn't overreact. Order, order. Waiter. So we are to believe then that the victim, whom the witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Tisner? Do not be misled, Your Honor. Be misled! The defense has merely demonstrated that possibility and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. Officer Meekins, please testify about this. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Dude, he's losing his cool. He's about to flip his lid. Oh, you mean that? Of course. Mystery Man 2. There's one other thing that proves that man was Goodman. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When the ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. He could have borrowed it. This is meaningless. This is a nothing burger. One thing that struck me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few people using this room? Dude, the judge is more clued in than everyone else. What on earth? This particular evidence room was only used for storing certain special cases. Special cases? Extremely violent cases involving police staff. That makes my hair sound. There were only a few cases up to transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon. There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When the ID card is used, there's a record of it. Wait, I gotta go back! I gotta go back! That's the ID card, got it. What if someone were to steal it from you? Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Remember when I said 2 out of 3 times my tie gets stuck in my car? Well, the remaining time my ID card gets stuck. Oh no. Let it be noted that this is the record the witness referred to. According to this, Edgeworth, your name is on here. So it is, Your Honor. Not that prosecutor again. Oh, they all hate him. Wait, oh, they all hate Edgeworth. Is the man in blue a murderer? Me? It would seem the inquiry committee will want to speak with you again today. What? I don't think to be ashamed of regarding my actions or their consequences. For now, let us continue with the cross-examination. When I worked at Sega, I used my ID card to get into the building and the machine would shock me every damn time from static. Dude, when I went to... This is not super related, but when I went to hair school... So for whatever reason, in the world of cosmetology, they are like super scientists, like top secret, like you've got to lock in. Like they are so strict on hours, like testing, knowledge, like being late, being absent, cheating. Like it's like life or death in the world of beauty for some reason. For no reason, to be honest. But anyways, when we clocked in for school, whatever, okay, anyways, doesn't matter. They had a machine that would scan your wrist. Like, you would grab it and put your wrist up to the machine and it would scan it, and then it would clock you in. Except for half the time it didn't even fucking work. It was the most annoying ass shit I've ever used in my entire life. That said, it was a little bit cool. But it was also, like, it never worked for anyone. Scan your wrist. What? The machine that checked your veins? Yeah. Like, I don't know what it was scanning in here, but like, actually I think it might have been my left one, I don't know, but it was scanning something, because it would scan this part of it. Actually, maybe it did the top. I don't remember if it was the top or the bottom. But it was, either way, like, I don't know what it was scanning for. Like, it wasn't a fingerprint, it was like something in your body. On the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. Oops. I believe he testified that you asked him to show his ID card when he pulled the knife on you. He didn't show me his ID card. Do you think that's odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. True. There wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife. Yeah, that's really true. There's a way to use wavelength to check veins under skin, so it kind of makes sense. Well, their machine sucked. I don't know. That school sucked. Maybe he just panicked? I think stems from contradictions. Let's point them out. Is 777777 the chief of police? Probably. Or chief of detectives, I don't know. This is the only really suspicious thing we have because they did 5 and then they scribbled out the 9. Like they didn't actually know the ID. At the time of the crime, the detective had used this. I'm so confused. It is that obvious! Okay, I didn't think it was gonna be that obvious, but it is that obvious. How could he have used his card if it was at the other crime scene? Okay, that makes sense. I had the victim's card right here. Found it at the crime scene. Wrong crime scene! I have one more piece of evidence to present. A very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. But it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out his report. Oh, that's why he got the number wrong, because he didn't have his ID card, so he didn't know what his ID number was. Let me guess, you believe this something is his ID card? I can't say for sure, but there's a high probability. On the day of the crime, Goodwin was not carrying his card. The The man Meekins encountered in the room was not Goodman. The man who stole his car. I have only one thing to say to the defense. Uh-oh. Kiss me. Bravo, Mr. Wright. Bravo. Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds that support this. First, the locker was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct? Yes. That being the case, we inevitably arrive at the single conclusion. If the victim in this video is fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago, you seemed to be content to point the finger around you. Your finger around? You're the one pointing a finger! What do you mean? This isn't going down well. I can do that too, Buster. Exactly what we've gone to such lengths to prove. The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video was fake, which means the murder did not take place. The police department at 5:15 today. The real crime only took place at one location, the underground parking lot, at the prosecutor's office. The murderer being Miss Lana Skye, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. Oh. We may have backed ourselves into a bit of a corner here on this one there, boss. With his big square meeting finger pointing hands. Observe the moment the defendants used the murder weapon. Gulp. Can we still get that plea bargain? I knew the testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning. The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Meekins encountered, and where did this person disappear to? The trial's purpose was only to examine the murder of Detective Goodman. Object! One moment, Your Honor. Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven. Right, we're buddies. No, I'm right. Edgeworth, we're buddies. You don't need to be so coy. Of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap. This cross-examination has proven one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. But it did show an attack! See, we need to go back to the video and point out the random cloth appearing. We need to point out the random thing sticking out of the locker at the end. Right here. Right here. There. It cannot be said that this is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, a large amount of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter. If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses would be necessary. Sorry, Your Honor, the prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We had not prepared any other witnesses for this incident. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand. Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness. Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. Prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply. His name is Mr. Texas. Cowboy, Texas to you, Edgeworth. I'm so excited. I love him so much. He's so funny. I like when he says Bambino. The person whom you wish to What is his or her name? Detective Jake Marshall. Dude, these guys are old as shit. 65? Just kidding. Wait, Detective Gumshoe's only 30? Gumshoe. I'm single. Officer, Jake Marshall. Why him? He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say. The prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Recess! Will prosecution please prepare the witness during this time? Yippee! I'm gonna go on the swing set. Actually, I'm gonna go on the seesaw. I heckin' love seesaws. It's just too bad they're kind of scary, you know? Like, what if I do it wrong and I fall off and die? Or get crushed, you know? There's just too many unknowns. Like, it's just stressful. It's just stressful. I don't know. Ooh. There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright? You called for Marshall. It seems you figured everything out. She knew? I haven't figured anything out. You're the one who knows everything. Emma. You always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. Dude, she's such a bitch. Lock her up in prison just because she pissed me off. Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me? I hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Gumshoe, my man. Nah, you're right on time there, buddy. Hey, how's it going, man? Dude, let's go get a beer. I could use a beer. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Bye. Wait, Gumshoe, what is it? Oh, he's sad. You've got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around while on duty. On top of it, you call me here. I've seen happier people's funerals. What? I've seen happier people at funerals. I didn't see you there, Sky. That's okay. So have you brought what I asked? Oh. You mean this? My apologies, Detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Wright's name when making my request. My name? Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I need them by noon. I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. You might do well to read these. Ooh! Juicy! Bye, Faceless. Have a good EP Mimi. Was a witness? Take it from me, you don't want anything to do with serial murders? What? You're just gonna ignore me? Emma, but why? Why is your name in here? Uh-oh. My name's in there? I don't know. Could be. Lana, this SL9 incident, is that? That's the classification number the police filed it under? 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark killings. That's over with. Oh my god, she just died. Oh no, she ran away. I thought she fell down. Oh, alright. Smell you later, Gumshoe. Angel Star, Marshall, Gant, Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't just be a coincidence. Time to get back to the trial. Can I read it? Please? To be continued. Wait, I thought we were gonna finish it. Emma didn't come back. Uh-oh. Hi, Marshall. Please state your name and occupation. Texas Ranger. Name's Jake Marshall. Me, partner? Oh, I'm just a man, same as you. Wandering the trails of civilization. Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Yes, we get it. You're a patrolman. As for my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor. Howling wind. I've never heard Edgeworth described that way before. Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct? According to the papers, partner. What do you mean? A desperado's soul is no boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up. Maybe it's best to get on with this quickly. Please share with us your testimony of the day. In plain old English. That was English. Don't be, like, racist. What do you mean? My job was to keep a weary eye on that bone orchard. Said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at the street side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. Can't say I particularly care for your attitude. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. Damn! Wait, Marshall. Ooh, heat. Dude, you're so cool. Aura farming. Look at him shaving his face with a knife. Wait a minute. What do you mean 2 security systems? I mean the security system, the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those. Yes, well, what about the fingerprint-activated locks on the evidence lockers? Fingerprint-activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those? He's not being very helpful. He's not good with machines or following orders. Everyone's got their weaknesses now, don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? Dude. This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. A, he's all yours. Gulp. I don't want him. I don't want him. Send him back. Send him back. He's not done cooking. My job was to keep a weary eye on that. Wait, what? How exactly do you keep an eye on the evidence room? I just made sure nothing moved in the security camera monitor. That room's so still. Not even time dies in there. I was just a caretaker who entered the recordings. You entered them? Videos of nothing aren't that useful. When the time would come, I'd erase the tape. If the thing unusual is recorded, the tapes are to be erased every 6 hours. Each time I'd erase a tape, it'd feel like I was erasing a part of my life. What the hell? Why? This guy's a flair for the dramatic. It says, in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room. They said I was supposed to make the rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. Oh wait, wait, no, I went backwards. You made your rounds on the day of the crime, right? And you heard a word I said, partner? I told you that ain't my style. No desperado I know lets rules get in his way. No desperados I know join the police force. So, Marshall, on the day of the crime, just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day. There's a rubber glove stuck to the victim's locker. Do you know anything about it? Sorry, partner. Can't say I do. I haven't been in that crypt in weeks. How does this guy avoid being fired? Two security systems. You used to be a detective, so you've used the evidence room in the past, correct? Of course. Back in the day, my locker was a gold mine of evidence. And yet, you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism? Sorry, partner. I ain't good with machines. I couldn't even tell you how a bike works. You don't know how a bike works? That's quite incredible. The sensors on the locker handles cannot be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence. Now that he mentions it, Detective Gumshoe said something like that too. At any rate, it doesn't seem that this is relevant to the crime. Can you tell us what you were doing? If I oh, you're at the saloon. What were you doing in a place like that? I was eating spaghetti. Not even Angel Steak lunches can beat that parlor's Von Gole Sepia pasta. What the fuck? Do you mean to tell us you abandoned your police duties to eat some noodles? Not all desperados eat tacos, partner. What? That's not what I meant. What the fuck? I hope this has at least taught you a lesson. That's strange. This isn't usually where Edgeworth says, did you not want a raise this year? They get raises? Lucky. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. No, you're not! We found your fingerprints. Out of ammo, Officer Marshall? That's right, partner. Or as you call it, evidence. You plan to pin me on this crime, then you better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back west into the sunset. Your steel horse? The patrol car? Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness does not appear to have seen anything. Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that. Dude, I beg of you, spend like 30 seconds in Dallas. Just hit the streets of San Antonio. I don't think it's the Wild West you think it is. Apparently your superiors don't. Okay, I have a trump card up my sleeve. So I best keep my cool. Before I use it though, I better up the ante. I want to present the fingerprint. Well, blam! Wait, what? Was that the wrong fingerprint? Go. Oh, I didn't do it on the right one. Okay, I did it on the wrong one. Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd? That is, you being called in to testify like this? Uh-oh. Aura. After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime. And yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner. It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or to be exact, a handprint. Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects. That is, make my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there. Objection! I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Your blood-stained fingerprints were at the scene of the crime? The blood was wiped away. However, a luminol test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall? Seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. What? I take it you have an explanation then, Marshall? About the blood-stained fingerprints? You may begin your testimony with fingerprints. Bloody fingerprints. It's only natural my fingerprints would be found. One of them just happened to be in the same place as the bloodstained handprint. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? Math wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner. You're going to jail, Marshall. Objection! You said you didn't go in there. Pay your respects with the month. That locker happens to be mine. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. All that's in there now is a heap of, all that's in there now is a heap of broken dreams. It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker. You must have been using the fingerprint lock all this time without it ever even knowing. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the bloodstained handprint. That is too much of a coincidence. Was it mine? That's no mystery. My locker's covered with fingerprints. Drinking and brandishing weapons in court. This guy is a real G. Dude, he doesn't give a fuck. He ran out of fucks to give so long ago. He's a rootin' tootin' shootin' cowboy. The chances of that happening are 1 in a million. On the contrary, one could argue just the opposite. The chances of that not happening are 1,000,000 to 1. Get one thing straight, partner. You ain't gonna get no reward for me with a mere fingerprint. You wanna know why? The bloodstain and the fingerprints are completely unrelated. Objection! I hate the way you shave your beard. Please stop. They're as different as night and day. Kinda like cereal and cereal. Oh. One's got to do with breakfast, while the other's a type of murder. I mean, dude, I haven't had cereal in so long. I hate thinking about it. Because I crave it and I want it so bad, but I just don't let myself eat it. But I miss it, man. I love cereal so much. It's so yummy. Although he's right. Although seemingly alike, they're totally different. I don't see what homonyms have to do with this. Homonyms? Wait, whoa! Gold piece at homo. How do you know that? I might be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports. There's a bloodstain at the scene left by the murder. That's right. It's found on Detective Gumshoe's locker. However, no fingerprints were detected on the handprint. Oh yeah, I think we tried that too. So that would mean the murderer wearing gloves happened to place their hand on top of Marshall's fingerprint? It's the only logical conclusion. Are you starting to get the picture, partner? The picture? Seal of blood. In the desert, it's just food for the buzzards. Hi, Mir. There's only one reality, and that's this. Security tape. As long as my trial isn't there, you can't say otherwise. It is! It is there! Please, let me see the tape, please. Please, I'll kiss you, Judge. I'll give you head. I'll give you the fucking best head of your life. Mind-blowing. Holy shit, just let me look at the tape again. Too bad it wasn't me in that video, right, partner? It was! You want to tie me to this crime, isn't that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have. Hope you're having a good evening. I'm really not. But that video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots. Only a Texas Ranger would know how to use blind spots this well. I'm just gonna say it. Only a rootin' tootin' shootin' cowboy of the Wild West. Gunslinging, beer drinking, wife beating, red-blooded patriot. They could leave the room without being caught. I have evidence! I have evidence! I do! Tread carefully, Mr. Wright. Well, you might wind up being the one making the mistake. I'm treading very carefully. I'm the most carefulest person there is. I wish the song would fast forward when I fast forwarded. Meekins! Get his ass, Meekins. Oh my god. No, Meekins, no! Oh my god, he's dead! He's fucking dead. Blinkus! Blinkus! Bring your attention back to the security camera. Is a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Marshall. The days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. You're not from Texas! Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less? Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video. Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner. The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video. Woo-blam! The locker with the white cloth sticking out. Nothing's there. It's gone. What's the meaning of this, Marshall? When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then suddenly, it appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the scene of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away. He's guilty. Lock him up. Hold your horses. Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man. So what if my locker was open? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened the locker and stuck it in. He still doesn't know about the fingerprints. He still doesn't know. He's still stupid. He's so blissfully unaware. Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man? This guy isn't playing dumb. He really doesn't know. I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker. Oh yeah? I call your bluff. You say open the locker, now prove it. Because that's how the fucking lockers work? I don't know. Oh, here we go. A fingerprint sensor? Cowboys or Indians? Sorry, Native Americans. Wait, what? Cowboys are... Wait, what are we talking about? Him? He's a Texan. He's a cowboy. I think. I don't really know. I don't really know what he's going for. He likes, like, the Wild West. I don't know. Fingerprint sensor? We talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened by detectives they belong to. Ooh, what kind of crazy talk is this? Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people in the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less? Oh, shit. Ew! Ew, what is in his hand? A piece of wood? No! Order, order, order! Witness, explain yourself. If this is a joke, it's the worst I've ever heard. I assure you this is no joke, Marshall. Now then, tell us what you were doing in the evidence room. What is it? Ew, what is that? The fuck? Like... cardboard? Like, jerky? Oi, please answer the question. What is he, a bullfighter? Okay, he did say Oi. Locker or a safe? It's a locker. They've said locker like 6 times. Sorry, I'm in a bad mood tonight. I'm sorry, Mir. Welcome to the stream, Mir. I hope you had a good night. I hope you had a fantastic evening, Mir. Quite frankly, I hope your night was better than everyone else's. Also, thank you for answering my question in Discord. You are the only person that answered me. I appreciate it. That said, I do already have Superman on my list, but I am going to go see it soon. Jerky. I believe we can figure out the rest from here. Have a look at these floor plans. There's no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yeah, Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall. If that's so, then where was the witness? It seems Wright has an answer. Here? Officer Marshall was standing here. But that's where the victim Goodman was. Okay, he was not a victim. Unless the man wasn't Goodman. I believe the victim in this video is Marshall. It was you, dressed up like Goodman. Where did he get his clothes? I also saw Fantastic Four a couple days ago. Very good. I really liked it. I loved the aesthetic. It didn't really like hit me really quickly at the beginning of the movie. But the aesthetic of that movie, the world, it felt very much like if you asked someone from 1960 what they think the future would look like. That's what I feel like it was, and it was so cool. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was a really cool movie. And everything about it was just great, I thought. I really liked it. 10 out of 10 movie. But that's preposterous. Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime. Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure. May I point out, though, that Meekins does not know Goodman? He also testified that the man's reaction when confronted. Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why not just show it? He would have had needed it to As you can see, Goodman's picture is on his ID card. If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins realized the man wasn't Goodman. Do you have anything to say about this, Marshall? Dude, stop eating that thing. It's gonna break your teeth off. He can't even bite it. He can't even rip a piece off. It's like hardtack. You got quite an imagination, partner. We got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence. You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as the victim. I say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. What's wrong with his beard? It's cool. It's cool. It's like awesome and thick and luscious. Like well groomed. Well, right. Do you have anything that evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt the victim? He dressed up. I can see the fear in your eye, partner. Seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat. The desert heat. Ack! It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was starting out. When you run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics. Who told you that? Karma? That guy was a killer. That guy was a murderer. He was probably a gang member. He's so cool though. So like, I don't know. It makes sense. I'm not sure I want to know what he's eating. Dude, it's probably like fucking dried human flesh. Yeah, I don't know when I'm going to see Superman. Hopefully soon. My dad said he would take me, but I don't know when. He said in a couple weeks. The basics. For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me. Dude, she was so hot. I miss her every day. I shouldn't look for proof that Marshall was in disguise, but rather I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise. Why do you think this locker was open in the first place? There's no reason for Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later. Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker. Marshall dressed up as Goodman at the time of the crime. But after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason. The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that when he opened it in order to put that cloth inside. What is the piece of cloth? Perhaps the video is key to all our unanswered questions. So I'm looking for evidence that only would have happened if he was in disguise. Okay. Or why he would have put the cloth in there? So why would he... have the cloth to begin with? Maybe to wipe away the blood? The bloody fingerprints? No, because if he was wearing gloves, he wouldn't need to. This song is gonna make me... They're gonna send me to the asylum, rocking back and forth in a straight jacket like do 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 do. I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. Serial incident SL9. I think it's because of racism. Dude, that's always the answer. Dude, it's always racism. The fucking world we live in, man. I can't stand it. Perpetrator Joe Dark. Serial murderer death. Victims. Ooh. Edward Jones. Jason Knight. Edith Kirby. Rachel Moss. Jeb Bates. Neil Marsh. Head prosecutor Edgeworth. Witnesses Sky. Executive investigators Gant, Sky. Head investigator Goodman. Cause of death, racism. Dude, what is it? What is the answer? Someone tell me, please. He walked in. Glove fell out. Here comes Meekins. Dude, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I don't want to listen to this anymore. I just don't want to. I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. Why would they play this song the whole time? If I've paused the video, in theory, it would pause the horrific music. But like at this point, I don't know if it's even playing in the game or if it's just playing in my head non-stop. Like I can't think, I can't sleep, it's just there, always, the Blue Badger song. I can't escape it, Dude, put me in a straitjacket, I can't take it anymore. Final evidence from footage. This song is gonna play in my dreams. It's never going away. I cheated. I'm a cheater. Oh, I can't take it anymore. I had to be done. I had to look it up. It was the bloody coat. It's because there was blood on his coat, which Faceless pointed out earlier, and it's so funny because he was right on the money every time. For some reason, you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman. Enter the evidence room, though I don't know to what end yet. However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. I'm gonna go wash my ears with soap. Good idea. I'm gonna go scrub my brain. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood. The bloody white coat. You couldn't just walk out like that, so you hid the coat in your locker. Not bad, partner. Now then, Marshall. Are you ready to tell us the truth? Looks like I underestimated you. I hope you're happy now, Edgeworth. 2 years ago, if you were only half as persistent then as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here now. Now would we? Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it. Alright. Seems the time has come. Bum bum bum. I had to do it that day. I just couldn't stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. Managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. So the supposed victim was really you. But there's one thing I still don't understand. Traces of large quantity of blood were found on the floor. If no one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is that he's the donor. Why am I cross-examining his confession? He just fucking confessed. What do you mean? This isn't how law works. What? Do you even have to ask the SL9 incident? 2 years ago have passed since the case was closed. It was going to completely end with the transferal today. Not if I have anything to do with it. That incident's not over. But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room? When a case is closed, only a case leads detective can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look for myself one more time, no matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says. The case is mine. But Marshall wasn't in charge of the investigation. Why does he care so much? Because his family member was murdered! That day was my last chance. That's why I stole the detective's ID. So why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman? I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere. So you did fool the security camera. Indeed he did. Hold on, I'm a fucking genius, I just realized. Sorry. Fixing my outfit. Malfunctioning. Anyway. And the detective's ID card? Stole that the morning of the incident? So that was really why Goodman started filing out a lost item report. I returned his card. I left it on the floor of the prosecutor's office parking lot. So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. What do you mean? I mean the fingerprint activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open the locker yourself. But he could because the rubber glove happened to get stuck in the door. That means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Marshall. Ah, like blanket. I wasn't expecting Meekins. I knocked him out. You pulled a knife on Meekins and tried to drive him off? Let's say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in. I'll have to think about a little more. I'll have to think a little more about his raise this year. Why is Edgeworth giving out raises? Anyway, he threw himself at me and I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry it turned out that way, without me knocking him out and everything. Or with me knocking him out. By the way, what happened to your knife? Oh, you mean this one? I don't know what to say. So you knocked Meekins out, and... So you did your research beforehand. Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference, though. The security tape is erased every 6 hours. If all had gone to plan, no footage would have been left behind. However, you bloodied your coat in the struggle. If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there. What was Meekins doing that time? What else? He was sleeping like a baby. But the blood found at the crime scene certainly indicates a crime took place. So you stole the evidence? But what about the broken vase? Actually, no, I didn't. When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone. Ooh. Edgeworth, where is that evidence? It's still missing, Your Honor. Oh, gasp! Goodwin's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. It was Angel Star! They ask you one thing. It's a free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer. He's invoking his Fifth Amendment. Why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID and injuring a police officer? This is no small offense. Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. You can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary. Like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with. The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more. I just can't forget the SL9 incident. You know why? Why? That case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it? That's the reason the evidence was stored. Joe Dark was convicted for the crimes, his crimes. One thing I can say for sure is he deserved his sentence. He killed 6 people. That's a lot of people. That's like more than 5. I don't intend to complain about how it turned out, but there's something that still bothers me. Something that went down at that trial. Something no one will talk about. What happened? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. What? Why is he so concerned with that incident? Maybe I should present him with what I think is his real reason. I better take another look at the files. What page is it? It's page 2, right? With his brother's name? Or dad, I don't know. Sibling? Neil Marshall. That's page 2. I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident. Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice. I have the incident file right here. The name Marshall is mentioned. It's in a list of murder victims. Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man? Neil Marshall? Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the name. 2 years ago? He received the same lousy prosecutor award that you got. What? A prosecutor? He must be talking about the King of Prosecutors award. Now I remember, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did. That's right, he was killed. And the case fell into your hands. But what's his relation to you? He was my brother? Aww. Wait, they look so much alike. They both wear cowboy hats. Oh my god, they are brothers. Dude, they both dress the same. I know, I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt. Me and my siblings, we all dress exactly the same. He was investigating the murders with Damon Gant, the deputy chief of police. There he is! There he is! Oh, this is so sad. The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. That's him? Oh, he's like a supervillain. Joe Dark. My brother fought Dark and was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence, though. That was all we needed. He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed, at least according to the public records. My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. That's true, he was a Texan. He was a Texas Ranger, you know what I mean? And that's it? That's your reason for your insane actions? There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me. Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime. That was the last day the SL9 case was reported? Not satisfied with its resolution, Marshall planned to steal the evidence. Disguising himself as Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled. Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place. The things that happen by chance never cease to amaze me. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, the fake murder was going on at the police department. Chance? It's gotta be more than that. So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one. Which in turn means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky. But wait, a verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial. Which is why we've examined the incident at the police department today. But there's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. They yet remained the mystery for the simultaneous murder. Seems to me this boy's got the draw on you, partner. Uh-oh. Gulp. All the mysteries of the police department have been resolved. Our sole murder took place at the prosecutor's office. Our only suspect is Lana Sky. And the testimony of Angel Star is completely incontestable. If you have a response, make it a single word or less. Objection! Ah! Oh my god, Edgeworth. Oh, he's making me look like an idiot. Like an idiot. Seems this trial's reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt. Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I don't need to waste my time disproving the alleged murder at the police department. There's no doubt that what I proved today is true. The apparent murder on the security camera's tape really was fake. I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana's guilty. Hold it! Oh! Emma! Your Honor, wait. Emma? The defense has an objection. A scientific objection, right? What do you mean, right? Mr. Wright, are you this girl's guardian? Your Honor? Oh, in a sense. Please, Your Honor. All I'm asking for is a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Edgeworth, please. I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3. Oh, he's being gracious with her. I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dart killings. The names of both Sky's sister were in that file. That's how I figured it out. I mean, what Marshall was trying to do that day. So I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing, the other handprint. You mean the traces of blood on Gumshoe's locker? No, but I figure if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. So I ran over there and looked at it again? What did you find? No. Oh, you shouldn't find anything. Sorry, I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all. Is that all? Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student. I'm just an attorney. But Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them, please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. Me? Oh boy. It appears the defense is troubled by the other mark of blood on Gumshoe's locker. Looking at the floor plans, the handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this? Okay, bloody handprints anywhere is a problem. Like, what do you mean? Can't be more abuse. But still? Wait, did she just like shove Texas Ranger Marshall out of the way? Where did he go? How much shut your trap? Apple? She's a scientific investigator. What kind of degree do you have? Fucking McDonald's training? Honestly, probably more training than she has. What am I saying? What am I saying? She couldn't even flip a burger. I couldn't even flip a burger. That's not true. I cook burgers all the time at home. I could flip a burger. I could do it. I can't even flip a burger? Oh yeah, you just work the cash register, don't you? I work the drinks and order taking. Dude, they put you in one spot and you didn't budge. That is crazy that they don't have you just doing everything. Like, every fast food or food place I've worked at, everyone just does everything. But not for you. You have one job and you do it fan-frickin-tastic. No one is getting an incorrect drink under Apple these slices. Watch. No, sir. Or incorrect orders. There's just so many people that not everyone needs to learn anything. I wouldn't know. I don't know how many workers are McDonald's because I don't go to McDonald's. The last time I went to McDonald's, I got so mad I never went back because, hold on, hear this. So I'm on my app, right? I'm on my phone on the McDonald's app and I pick my location and it's like 10 a.m. or something, I don't know. And I order my breakfast and the order goes through because they're still serving breakfast, right? Like, they're still technically serving breakfast. So I place my order, I go to the restaurant, I pull up to the window, and I'm like, I'm here for my order. And they're like, no, we're not gonna make it. We can't make it anymore. Breakfast stops in 5 minutes. We can't make anything new. And I was like, what? You guys should have already made it. What do you mean? It's like the fucking easiest breakfast order ever. I actually don't remember what it was. But they wouldn't make it for me, even though I'd already ordered it. And mind you, breakfast still hadn't ended. Breakfast still hadn't ended. This was a few years ago. This happened. But the mobile order, here's the thing. I also picked this specific location because the other location had already stopped breakfast. So I couldn't order it. But at this location, I could order it. And so, but like, mind you, when I pulled up to the drive-thru, their breakfast hours still hadn't ended. They just wouldn't make it for me. They just didn't want to. I don't know. And so the woman at the window is like, we can't make that for you. She's like, we're not going to do it for you, but we can get you something for lunch. I'm like, ma'am, it's not even 10:30. I don't want lunch. So I drove away and I never went back. Customer is never right on God. That's their motto. Listen, I understand. Like, I'm not mad, but I don't want to be mad. I don't want to be mad because it's like, I don't want to be mad, but I ordered it on my phone. I drove all the way down there to a further location because breakfast was still going. And they wouldn't make it for me, and it just ruined my morning. And I know it's stupid, but I was just upset, and I just never went back. Didn't McDonald's do all-day breakfast at some point? So they used to do it, and then they stopped, like years and years and years ago. And I think very recently they started doing some stuff all day again. But at the time of this, they did not have any all-day breakfast. They were fully only like until 10:30, 11 a.m. And it might be different in Canada and America. But I just know at the time, their breakfast, hard and fast ended at whatever time. Should have drove into Canada and bought some breakfast from Timmy's. Dude, I should have. Because honestly, driving 20 hours to Canada, this probably would have been a better day and use of my time than that fucking waste of my morning. And I've never been back. Fuck McDonald's. Oh, except for when I went to Hawaii and I got breakfast at McDonald's like every morning. It was the only breakfast place. Like there was nowhere else to get breakfast at. Like just no one served breakfast. I don't know why. Like, you'd have to go to the ABC store and buy, a fucking waffle. I don't know. Or not a waffle, like a pastry, I guess, but I just went to McDonald's. That McDonald's was solid, though. I love that McDonald's. And I could just walk to it. Super nice. Anyways, yeah, never went back to McDonald's around here, though. Fuck those places. If you can't find anything wrong with the blood mark... What's wrong with the blood mark? What could be wrong with the handprint on Locker's shoe? Could we be missing something? I object! I wish I had a Timmy's. Are you talking about Tim Hortons? The handprint left at the scene of the crime clearly shows a contradiction. You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem one? Something is missing. We completely changed the meaning of the blood marks. The fucking weird dancing sign thing, right? Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Apple, I just want you to know I've logged in the last few days on Valorant, and I've had some pretty big wins, some pretty good games. We're hitting bronze 2 in no time. We have Tim Hortons in Nashville. Wait, really? I thought they didn't have that in America. Oops. The blue badger. He's back. What about that piece of plywood? The blue badger, the mascot of the police force, defender of truth, guardian of proof. Please look at the floor plans. The badger isn't there, so watch what happens when you put him there. Oh, the blue badger is huge. Edgeworth. That's right. So long as the blue badger is dancing here, it'd be impossible to place a handprint on the spot on the locker. What? American Timmy's is shit. Never tried it, but it's ugly and stupid. That's a reasonable reaction. I agree. As the Prime Minister of Canada, I'm obviously partial to my homeland's Tim Hortons. I'm happy for the business owner to expand and make more money. I am in favor of capitalism after all. However, nothing beats, you know, the good old-fashioned Canadian Tim Hortons. Am I right, chat? So that means on that afternoon, Meekins was the one who brought the blue badger into the evidence room. After he put it down, it would have been impossible to leave a handprint. It was left there before the blue badger was brought in. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom. Balderdash? Where are you learning these words? I lurketh. Yippee! On February 21st, the police department's evidence room. Blood was spilled not once, but twice. But how? One time was captured on this tape taken by the security camera. Meekins cut his hand, which was a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is the other time. Someone bled prior to the struggle being shown on this tape. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered. That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your absurd claim. The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be fake. However, This does not explain the blood mark found on the locker. Hi, delinquent. Assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show the evidence. Show him the record. Show him the record. When did the first incident occur? Proof that shows when the murder took place. The log. Where is it? Right here. If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have entered it. And in order to do so, his ID would have been captured. So who's 777? Meekins brought in the Blue Badger at 4:50. Or, yeah. Miles Edgeworth, murderer. Miles Edgeworth! Just what have you done? I would never figured you had the nerve, boy. Drop the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me. Nope, I ain't getting it. It's clear from the luminol blood test. It's clear from the luminol test that blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means the blood was wiped away from the crime scene by the real murderer. I would have just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. That would mean the crime must have been taken place before Edgeworth entered. So who's the first person? Cowboy man kinda hot? True. Too bad he's guilty as hell. There's only one other card remaining. Dude, that's gotta be Gant. That's gotta be Chief Gant. Talk about a lucky number. How could Goodman have entered the evidence room? Since there's no record of this card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. It's a nice slurping ASMR for you, chat. Dude, I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. I'm just, like, it's just over. What is happening to me? Oh my god, I'm like actually going insane. This is the first signs of paranoid schizophrenia. What are you drinking? Nothing. There's nothing in here. I'm literally not drinking. It's empty. I was sipping nothing. There's nothing in there. It's fucking empty. I literally just drank nothing. I just pretended to drink. Hello? Nothing went in my mouth. He went in with 777777777. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out his ID number is 777777777. That's 17 too many, Your Honor. Shut the hell up, Edgeworth. Fortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of the ID card. At least, at present. What? Explain yourself, son. The ID number belongs to someone with the rank of captain or higher. Someone who is a so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity. But that's ridiculous. Just how... I'm not finished talking, right? Oh. But I said objection, which means I have the talking stick. There's one situation in which we can be granted authority. If an official charge is filed against an executive oh my god. If an official charge filed against an executive is accepted. An official charge. You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates. Dude, damn straight. I hate those filthy, stinking prosecutors. I take pride in my work, Marshall. I'd appreciate it if you kept your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask you a question. Yes. No, not you. To her, the defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive. Lana? Don't be stupid. She was charged with murder. Of course you've looked up her ID number. And it's not 777777777. Don't blame me for a full partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is the one thing about the incident. Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? Do you need the witness to repeat his question? I heard him fine. Occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least I did. I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with law. Before— ah! Why did I just hit my hand on my desk? I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. Before I realized that we were the ones being surpassed by the law. Defendant, just what are you saying? I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look at me, investigator, in the eye and say you did? Dude, he took his hat off. He's serious. I don't have to, Marshal. Why won't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it was. It is. We did what we had to in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. Even if it involved forging evidence. Why does the judge always look like so gone? That's what I'm talking about. No. No! Order, order, order. Dude, Edgeworth is fucked. The chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. This is the conclusion of the trial. Would have to wait until the following day. Are you serious? We're still not done. Well, that's too bad because I gotta skedaddle. I got too much to do tomorrow. I'll finish this. We'll continue tomorrow. We'll wait on the horror game for this weekend or something. Oh wait, I said I was gonna play Final Fantasy this weekend. Oh god, that means I have to pay for it. Dude, I can't fucking stand these MMOs. Well, who was the murderer? Probably Chief Gant. I don't know why. Maybe it was me. Maybe young Wright was a little loose. A little frivolous. I don't know. Maybe the real killer was the friends I made along the way. And we'll just have to find out. We'll just have to find out in the next episode. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Maybe it was a judge. Dude, that judge looks not okay. What's up with his eyes? Why are they always wide open? Like, is it cocaine? Is it crystal meth? What's going on? Maybe all will be revealed in the final episode, you know? Anyways, have a good night, everyone. I will smell you later. Bye-bye.